Hello, 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 it's me in my pyjamas. My Tom and Jerry ones, alright? I know you're going there, and then I'll tell you that's a nice night dress. Yeah, good old Primani. Well, anyway, I'm here today to tell you a couple of one or two little stories that I said I was going to tell you about. And I've also got a few things coming up, some hauls and bits and bobs. And I'm also going to do the jewellery #2 giveaway. Yes, I am. So stay tuned. My hair's just sort of, I had it scragged up and I'm just letting it down for you all to see. But anyway, you know that time of day, okay? So before anyone else think it's muggy and all, oh my God, it's so muggy out there. I'm like, it's bare muggy. Anyhow, you know that time of day. You ready? Now this is quite a long joke, alright? Remember I do the research, told you. Are you ready? Right, a person goes to the doctor. He has a pain in every part of his body. Doctor, when you touch your leg, does it hurt? Patient, yes. Doctor, when you touch your arm, does it hurt? Patient, yes. Doctor, when you touch your head, does it hurt? Patient, yes. Doctor, I think your finger's broken. Boom. Boomination. I said a boomination. I said a boomination. Okay. What time do people usually wake up with a toothache? 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. Get it? Got it. Good. Come on. That was all right. That was all right. I don't hear any of you saying it weren't all right. Anyway, you're all right. Yeah, you're all doing well. All right, malarkey. Anyway, you know also... Oh, God, I can't talk. You also know that time of day, so one must change one's glasses. I just stepped on these with my big hefty body, and look, these, I've sort of done something to the arm of this one. It's gone a bit skew with, I mean, what do you expect? They're ever so flimsy and I weigh about 100 stone. Maybe not 100 stone, not far off, do you know what I mean? Ugh. Air in my mouth, look like a blonde one, and I must be one of Gully's. Anyhow, so you ready for my 1,227 facts that still haven't blown some of your socks off? But hey, there's a lot of them now, so there's time to go, all right? Okay, in the US between 1983 and 2000, there were 568 plane crashes. 5,207 of the 53,487 people aboard got out alive. A survival rate of 96%. Well, that's good to know, because I don't like planes as it is. They petrify me. Do you know what? Do you ever look at them and think, how'd they get up there? Ow. Ow. Now, my dad used to make planes, real planes. He made army planes. I think he done like jumbo jets and stuff like that. And my dad would always say, Lise, they're the safest form of travel. They're the safest form of travel. And in fact, I used to work there. So when I was 19, my dad got me a job there, and I was called an identer. So what I had to do, so say my dad had made a part of an aircraft. It would then be sent over to the inspection area, and I worked in the inspection area, so the inspectors will inspect it and make sure that it's you know even to the millimetre, everything's got to be precise. And then what I would do, so say if Terry, he was one of the fellas who worked there, if he'd have looked at a bit of, say, what my dad had done on one of the other sheeties on the shop floor, he would then pass it off, then he would give it to me, and what I would have to do, I'd have to either engrave it with a vibro pen. It was called a vibro pen. It was like would etch into metal, like very thick metal. I used to work mainly with titanium. I am titanium. I can't reach them high notes. I've got a deep voice like a bloke. Oh. Anyway, so I've got a snotty schnoz bucket and all. Yeah, as per. Anyhow, what was I saying? Yeah, so then what I would have to do, so some of the metal would be written on with like a special pen, some would be vibro pen, some would be stamped. So what would happen is it would have like the inspector, say if he was number 75 or whatever, I'd have to write who the inspector was, and there'd be some numbers on a docket, or was it called a dock rec or a docket or something like that. I had to just copy them out. So if anything did happen to that aircraft and they found out that it was due to that piece, then it would go back to the person who had made it, and also the person whatever inspector had signed it off. And so, like I say, you know, that was my job when I was 19. And I loved it because it was just a few women there. And it was like about 300 blokes. And I used to get them rallying around, asking, oh, you get me a cup of tea, you go get me a Kit Kat, you get me this, you get me that. Oh, I loved it. Well, I sort of loved it. It was a bit early for me to get up. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I just couldn't do it. But I was there maybe about a year and a half, a couple of years, I don't know. And then I was like, I'm not going back. I changed my job. And then I started working for Wheels Motor Factors, delivering car parts to places, and I like that job as well because it was driving, so you use your own boss, do you know what I mean? But anyway, so going back to that, that's probably why. I mean, when you think about it, someone had put in my comments as well, oh, I'm scared to get on a plane. A plane takes off every 2 seconds, and how many accidents do you actually hear of? You know, hardly any. So it is very slim to none that anything is going to happen, and most of the time they are trained, the pilots, to be able to land it anyhow on here, as I say. Yeah, so anyway, I don't even know why. I just told you my life story there. By the way, Callie started putting this on my arm last night, and it seems to have helped a little bit. So maybe it is muscular. I don't know, because remember I had the x-ray and they were like, can't find nothing wrong with your arm, girl. But the pain is horrendous, so anyhow. Anyway, let's swiftly. Shoo lot, I tell you, moving on. Harry Houdini could pick up pins with his eyelashes and thread a needle with his toes. I believe that, actually. If you've got long enough eyelashes, I'm sure he could pick up anything with them. Imagine going, oh, there we go. And thread needles with his toes. Well, some people are born without arms and they have to do everything with their feet. They will be able to do more than just thread needles with their toes. So I'm not sure if that's a really good feat there, Harry Houdini. I call my Craw-Craws, my little Aurora, I call her Houdini, because I tell you what, that one can escape out of anything. I tell you that for nothing. Yeah, Axel was just like, yeah, I'm just chilling, I'm alright, I don't really care. She's like, I'm getting out of here, I'm telling you. Bites her way, oh, she's just a little sod. I do love her though. Anyhow, moving on. The Sami people of northern Finland use a measure called poronkusma. Poronkusma? The distance a reindeer can walk before needing to urinate. How'd they know that? How do they know that the deer might have drunk a lot that day? Who knows? It's like, oh, I'm dying for a pee. Do you know what I mean? So they use this poronkusma for the distance a reindeer can walk before needing to urinate. I don't know. I really don't know. But, well, obviously it must work. Must be true. But who knows? Who knows? So that's that. And then the last one is the Inca measurement of time was based on how long it took to boil a potato. What do I mean by that? The Inca measurement of time. So the Inca must be some kind of tribe. I want to live in a tribe. I want to be in a Zulu tribe or something. Let me tell you, them lot live off the fruits of the land, yeah? They don't need Primani. They don't need TK Maxx. They don't need your good old Sainsbury's, Lidl's, Aldi's, Tesco's, Marks and Spencer's. They're just like, let's just go and forage. Back like in the cavemen days, yeah? I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind living in a tribe. As long as there's gorillas and that all around, I can make them me mates. I'd have the best mates ever. Me and my gorilla buddies. Oh yeah, I'd love it. So yeah, that's my 1,227 facts to blow your socks off. Yes, it is. Anyhow, what I've come on today to tell you about is, in a couple of my videos that I've done before, I've told you about some funny stories, and so I'm here to tell you one. All right, so you're in for a story. This is Storytelling time with Lisa. Storytelling time with Lisa. Like Jack and Nori. Do you remember Jack and Nori back in the 80s? Well, this is Lisa Nori, alright? I'm telling me story, right? So, okay, years and years ago, I'm talking years and years ago, because I mean, I know I don't look it, alright? I know, alright? But I am old. I know what you're thinking, alright? But anyway, so going back when I was really young, I'm talking really young, and I don't want to put an age on it. I'm maybe thinking 1920. Not 1920s, I mean I was 19 or 20. So I'm not that old, born in 19, could you imagine? God blimey. But anyway, I used to go to this club called Charlie Chan's. Let me change glasses because I'm looking a little bit worse for the old wearo. The ones I just stood on. They're like that, look. Oh, do they look a bit wonky to you? Wonky. Anyhow, so I used to go to this club, me and my sister, and it was me and my sister, my friend Carol. I don't see her now, she's moved miles away, but she was about 46 at the time, and me and my sister was like, so I was about 19, 20, so my sister might have been about, I don't know, maybe 17, something like that. So it'd be me, Tammy, Carol, and you might have seen in some of my other videos, my friend Christine. So again, she's older than us, but we've known them for years, like going back out in the days. Anyhow, we used to go to Charlie Chan's, and back then I was obviously slim, and I've always had this really thick, I mean, it's not as thick now as it was back then, but I always had really thick, long hair. And it was very, very blonde. I mean, like bleach blonde. And it's funny because even back then, when me and my sister would go to this place called Hollywood's in Romford, and we had a nickname there. We were called the Barbie Twins. And that's because of, obviously, I suppose we kind of did look like, you know, there weren't no things back then like Botox, fillers, all that malarkey. You just were, I mean, when I think about it, I didn't even draw any eyebrows on. I had a mono brow going on. I would just literally get the old pot of gold, yeah, bit of foundation, all over me boat, like that, bit of bloody mascara, lipstick, and off you went out the door. And I'd always like curl my hair, or actually I did get a perm, my friend Michelle permed my hair, and it looked beautiful. But anyway, getting back to Charlie Chan's. So we used to go to Charlie Chan's. Anyway, I used to sing in the karaoke there. They was always doing like karaoke competitions, and I always used to go in it because I'd like to say you'd come second. I did always come first. I've got to tell you the truth, I did. But there you go. Anyway, so they had a lot of karaoke competitions, and a lot of people would get up and sing. Some of them could sing pretty good, and some of them were like, oh my God, you know, they're just doing it for a bit of fun, you know, as you do. But anyway, one day I was standing at the bar, and a girl come over to me, and she said to me, I've been watching you for weeks. I said, have you? So she said, I have. She said, I've been watching you for weeks. She said, and I think you're gorgeous. She said, I think you look like a Barbie doll. I said, do I? She said, I think you do. I was like, brilliant. She said, in fact, I hope you don't feel any way about what I'm about to show you. She said, but I like doing painting. I said, do you? She went, I do. She said, and I've painted a picture of you. She said, do you want the picture? I went, I'll take it, yeah. Anyway, this is said picture that she had painted of me. Bless her heart. So this is what she thought I look like. I mean, it's a bit grainy. You can't... Let's see if I can get a better light on it so you can see. Hang on a minute. Bear with. There you go, look. Got a corset and everything. Beautiful. Shall I leave it like that? Yeah, I'll leave it like that. So anyway, so she gives me this picture, right? And says, I've drawn this. This is what I wish I did have eyes that big, I tell you. I might well have done a bit more back in the day because I was younger, but they still weren't to this capacity of size eye. But anyway, so she said to me, that's what I think you look like. And I think you're stunning, and I think you look like a Barbie doll. I said, thanks. Obviously, very flattered and all that. Like I say, this picture I still have. Excuse me. It was funny because I ended up becoming quite pretty good friends with her, obviously, because when you're going to the same club every Wednesday, we was there every Wednesday, every Sunday, you get to know everyone who goes in there. and I'd become pretty good friends with her. And at the time, the funny thing was, the guy that I used to go out and sing with sometimes, lo and behold, his name was Ken. So she used to cut, you'd think, you got to be joking. Hang on, this is Ken, look. Hang on. This is me and Ken, yeah? So, Barbie! And that's how she used to call me. So she never called me Lisa. So when we become friends, it was always Barbie! Barbie! Everywhere we went, Barbie! And when she found out his name was Ken, well, she couldn't believe it. This was taken in 1997. It says on the back, Ken and Lisa, December 1997. So, there you go, look. But anyway, so, yeah, she used to call me Barbie. That was what she used to call me all the time. Well, I'll never forget, she did come and see me sing a couple of times. And then I remember one time she said she wanted to come and see me. Yeah. Anyway, so she come to my house and obviously knocked on the door. When I opened the door, I didn't have any makeup on. Oh, my God, she did her nut. She went, oh my God, Barbie, get your makeup on. She was going crazy, yeah. She said, you don't look like Barbie anymore. You look like you're working Sainsbury's on the checkout or something. She was like, really spiffing out. I had to get my makeup on pronto because she was spiffing out so much. And once I was all done, she went, oh, Barbie, that's better, Barbie. Now, bless her heart, like I say, she was quite a nice girl. However, she was... I think she had a lot of like mental health problems that I bet people are like, no shit, Sherlock on the other end. And I went to her house one day and she had more clothes than anyone I'd ever seen, but there was just clothes everywhere and she wouldn't part with them. I think she was a bit of a hoarder. And when I got into her front room, there was pictures of me everywhere, all over her wall. Not pictures, photographs, pictures that she had drawn. And then on her top of her TV, she'd set up Barbie dolls and put them all in these different clothes, and they were all Lisa 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many she had on there. Like I say, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. And she went, Barbie, look, Barbie. And I was like, I nearly swore then. I was like, effing hell, what the hell? But anyway, like I say, I do think she had a lot of mental health, and bless her, she did end up being sectioned, which I'll never forget. Me and my sister Tammy went to see her, and she had like a toilet in her, obviously in her bedroom, and she went, oh, Barbie, I need to go to the toilet. Anyway, I thought she was going to wee. I thought she blew herself off that loo. I have never heard a fart that big in my life. So me and my sister trying not to. You can't help it, can you? It weren't that we were taking the piss, but you can't. When you were, I mean, it was mega. It was like thunder. I'm not joking. And I thought she's blown herself off that loo. I bet her head's through the roof. But anyway, yeah, so we did go and see her a couple of times, and then I don't know what happened. I might have got a boyfriend. You know what it's like when you get with someone. I think I did actually. I think I did get with someone, and then we kind of lost contact. I didn't really, and I've not seen her in, I don't know, what's that going to be then, about nearly 30 odd years I haven't seen her for. But that was the picture, obviously, that she painted of me, and in her front room there was just pictures of me that she'd drawn all over the walls. I mean, obviously my sister would tell, if my sister was here, I might get her to come and do a haul with me one day. She would tell you, she'd say, girl, but I tell you what it is, I always wonder, do nutters attract nutters? I've told you this before. I know I am. That's just how it is. But it's almost like there could be 1,000 people, and let me tell you, the one who's crazy, they're coming for me. And, you know, because that's the type of person, I'm not a horrible person. I'll be kind to anyone. It doesn't matter. You know, learning disabilities, whatever, you can't help what you have, and you've got to give everyone a fair chance in life. So, yeah, I'm always kind to them. Some people are not, and I just think, you're a twat. If you can't be kind to them, you're a twat. You know what I mean? What kind of human are you to be so wicked to somebody? But, yeah, like I say, I don't know what it is. My sister will tell you that and all. Any nutter, they'll find Lisa. Any nutter will find Lisa, and then they sort of latch on to me. I don't know what it is. I must have I love nutters or something printed on my forehead. I don't know. I can talk about it, and I can call a nutter because I'm one myself. I'm on pills to prove it. So no one come for me and say you shouldn't. I can call them a nutter. I'm a nutter, and if they're a nutter knows a nutter, and I'm a nutter, and they're nutters. Anyway, so as we first, sorry about me, keep touching my hair. It's because it does my head in. And then it's funny because another friend of mine, oh, she used to crease me up. She is so posh. I've not seen her for, I think, I still speak to her. She'll text me sometimes, but I've not seen her since before COVID. And she moved away as well. But she's one of these, she's so funny, but doesn't mean to be, doesn't realise that she is funny. She's just innocently funny. And because she's posh, it sounds even funnier. So I remember one time, and I'll tell you what, she used to, if we were going out and she was coming out of us, I'd say, listen, don't start, because if you start, I end up crying all my makeup off with laughter, yeah? Anyway, so what happened this one time, I tell you, I was crying at her. And maybe when I say it, you might not think it sounds funny, but if you, hang on, I'm so hot, I'm so sorry. But if you heard her say it in her posh voice, it's funny, it's hilarious. So anyway, she was a little bit, let's say, she did like the fellas, all right? She did like the fellas a lot. And so one night, she sort of knew this fella, and we was going to this place in Southgate. It's closed down now, closed down quite a long time ago. But we were going there, and there was a fella that she'd sort of really liked. She'd liked him, she'd got talking to. I think she'd seen him in a couple of other clubs and whatever. Anyway, she'd met up with him, I think, a couple of times. Anyway, this night, she'd got drunk. And she said to me, darling, I'm going home with Tom. So I said, okay, I don't want to say her name, but like I didn't say my other friend's name. But like I say, she said, I'm going home with Tom. Is it okay? I said, do what you want, babe. I said, if that's what you want to do. Anyway, she did go home with Tom. And because she'd had a lot to drink, oh, when I see her the next day, yeah, because I'd gone round there for a coffee, I swear I had tears. So I said, how'd last night go? She went, oh, don't even talk about it. And I said, why, what happened? She says, well, I mean, we'd got back here. That's exactly how she talks, right? Should we got back here, we had a few more drinks, and one thing led to another, and we went upstairs. She said, but as we started, getting down to the nitty gritty, I puked everywhere. All right. So I said, oh, you never. She went, oh, I did. I said, hang on a minute, let me clean it up. I brought in a bucket, and then I did vomit a good few times as well after that. I said, and he was still all right staying there. She went, oh, yes. She said, the only thing was, she said, in the morning, oh, when I looked in the mirror, what an absolute state I was. She said, one of my false eyelashes had fallen off. It was stuck to my cheek, and I looked like a bloody Picasso painting. I was crying. She said her eyelash had come off. Also, obviously, her makeup was everywhere from whatever shenanigans she'd been getting on with. And she said she looked like a Picasso painting. I was crying. Again, she's one of these, you might just think, oh, that ain't funny. You've got to have been there at the time. I was crying because it's her actions, the way she speaks, the way she was so, I remember one day, and there was things she used to do as well. I'd be like, kill her, right? Like a friend would come out one day, and I'll tell you what else she did as well. A friend of mine come out one day, and she just had a fringe cutting a bit like this, yeah? And she's so two-faced, my mate, right? So my friend's walking towards the car, because Tammy was driving, so it was me, my sister. Again, I can't tell you the friend, and the friend who said it, yeah? If they're watching this, they're going to be sitting, you're talking about me, aren't you? And I'll just say, look, I didn't say any names, but they'll know it's about them anyway. Anyway, so she's walking towards the car, and my friend, the Picasso painting one, she went, oh my God, look at her fringe. And who does that? The last time I looked like that, I was 5 years old. And then she gets in the car and she goes, oh, darling, I love your hair. So two-faced. I remember once we was in a pub, and this girl turns up. I didn't know her, but my friend knew her. And she said to her, oh, darling, look at you. You look fabulous. That green dress on you is phenomenal. Oh, you're so wonderful and you're so beautiful. And da-da-da. Anyway, she's bigging her up. The girl walks in and she turns around to me and Tammy and she goes, oh, my God, what a dog. So two-faced. And we used to say to her, oh, and then say her name. I bet you talk about us like that as well. And she used to go, no. But she used to say things to me like, she did crack me. She was saying to me, Lisa, You're so beautiful. I mean, you really are. You're so beautiful, but you're so fat. If you could just lose a bit of that weight, you'd look like a model. That's the sort of thing she used to come out with. So yeah, thanks. Cheers to that. Honestly, you're so beautiful. You really are. But you're just so fat. You know, just try and, you know, go on a diet. And this woman I'm telling you about, every Monday she'd say, I've started the Cambridge diet. Or I've started this diet. I've started Herbalife. Honestly, she was a nightmare. But I say she's a nightmare, like she's still here. She's still with me, mate. I just don't see her so much. But I do still talk to her. Cracks me up. So anyway, that's my stories about me mates that I told you I'd tell you, which I think are funny anyway. And what I'm going to do now, I said, swiftly moving on. I am going to do, 1 minute, might have come out of shot. I am going to do the jewellery giveaway, the second lot of jewellery, which is this bag here, if you remember me doing it. So let me turn on my tablet. Let's get into it. Callie's gone to see her friend, and I think I might have to go and get her soon, actually. Bear with. Right. Okay, right, hang on a minute. So what I need to do, if I find the video, so library, sorry, my channel. So I need to look for jewellery giveaway part 2. Sorry, my loves. I am very sorry if I'm taking a bit of time, but I've got to find it. I'll tell you what, give me a minute. That was Callie phoning me again. Honestly, do you know, every time I say to her, listen, do not call me, I'm doing a haul. She's popped out to her friends. And she did it again, didn't she? And now she's texting me as I'm talking to you. Give her the cups, I will. Anyway, so I've done it. I've loaded the... Right, I'm going to load the comments. Right, load comments. So it says... hang on. Oh, they always friggin... Oh, no, that's wrong. Hang on. Sorry, I'm so wrong. Right, so I'm going to write jewellery, please. I do that every time. J-E-W, jewellery, please. And next... Right, okay, so here it is, and I'm going to load the comments. Oh, piddle off. Pick winner. Carla Smith. Carla Smith, you are the winner of the second bag of jewellery. And Carla said to me, 1 minute, let me get my glasses on. Hi Lisa, we love the jokes and facts, even though I have to admit I don't understand them all completely, lol. I love the digestive biscuit one though. Lovely jewellery please. So Carla, which is spelled K-A-R-L-A, Smith, is the winner of the second lot of jewellery. There you go, my darling. So all you need to do, Carla, is if you... go into my description, my email was there, send me your address, I'll get the jewellery out. The other jewellery that was won by Anna Cullen, she did email me this morning, her jewellery arrived and she's ever so pleased with it, which was the first lot of jewellery. So I'm glad you got that, Anna, and I'm glad you're enjoying it, makes me feel happy. And yeah, so the winner is Carla Smith, as I just said. So yeah, hit me up, babes, and I'll get your jewellery out to you ASAP. And as I always say, if this is your kind of thing and you like my sort of stuff that I do, please hit the like, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, because it will tell you every time little old me uploads. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I am going to be doing lots more giveaways. I've got a lot of stuff to give you lot. I'm telling you, I'm going to do some makeup. I've got perfume, like high-end perfume I'm going to be giving away, more jewellery, bits and bobs like that. So because I just feel if you give something to me, I need to give something back. That's just the way it is. That's just the way I feel anyway. So yeah, because I love you all very much, and love all my new subs and my existing ones that have been there from the beginning. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you'll have a lovely week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye darlings.